The Hamatan wind carried whispers through Abeokuta village. That December morning, in the compound of Chief Adebayo, three men sat under the ancient Iroko tree, their voices low and urgent. The boy must marry soon, Chief Adebayo said, adjusting his agbada. Tunde is 28 now. I want grandchildren before I join my ancestors. His friend, Alhaji Musa, leaned forward. I know just a girl. Beautiful, respectful, from the Ogunlade family. But Chief Adebayo's younger brother, Baba Segun, shook his head slowly. There is another, the girl from the poor compound near the stream. Bolaji, daughter of the late palm wine tapper. That one? Alhaji Musa laughed. Beautiful, yes, like a freshly bloomed hibiscus, but proud, too proud for someone whose mother sells firewood. Exactly, Baba Segun said with a knowing smile. A proud girl can be humbled. A humble girl cannot be made proud. Tunde needs fire, not ashes. Chief Adebayo stroked his grey beard thoughtfully. He had seen Bolaji at the market, carrying a basin of vegetables on her head with the grace of a queen. Her skin was smooth like shea butter, her figure curved like the clay pots his late wife used to make. Yes, she would give him beautiful grandchildren. Send a matchmaker to her mother tomorrow, he declared. Offer them what they cannot refuse. What the chief didn't know was that his decision would set in motion a tragedy that the village would speak of for generations. Bolaji's family compound was a study in poverty. The mud walls were cracked, the zinc roof patched with flattened milk tins. Yet inside a small parlor, where her mother, Mama Bolaji, received guests on a worn raffia mat, Hope had just walked through the door. The matchmaker, a plump woman named Iya Agba, sat across from them, her wrapper gleaming with expensive Ankara print. She had brought kola nuts, a bottle of schnapps, and news that made Mama Bolaji's hands tremble. Chief Adebayo's son wants to marry your daughter, Iya Agba announced. They are offering a bride price of 200,000 naira. Plus, they will build you a new house and start a business for you. Mama Bolaji gasped, her eyes filled with tears. 200,000 naira. She could pay off all their debts, send Bolaji's younger siblings to secondary school, finally afford the surgery for her bad leg. But Bolaji, who had been standing by the curtain that separated their only room from the parlor, stepped forward with her chin raised high. And who is this Tunde? She asked, her voice sharp as a new cutlass. Is he the one I saw at the mechanic workshop last month, covered in grease, laughing with his friends like a common tout? Bolaji, her mother warned. No, Mama, I will not marry a mechanic, no matter how rich his father is. Bolaji tossed her braids over her shoulder. I am beautiful. Everyone says so. I deserve better than a man who repairs cars all day. I deserve a banker, a doctor, someone who wears suits and drives his own car, not repairs other people's cars. Yeah, Agba's face hardened. Girl, do you know what you are rejecting? Tunde may work in a workshop, but he owns three of them. He chose to learn a trade instead of wasting his father's money at university. He is a millionaire in his own right. I don't care, Bolaji said, crossing her arms. Tell them I said no. The matchmaker stood up abruptly, gathering her items. Your mother could have had a new life. Your siblings could have had school fees. But your pride has spoken. Very well. But mark my words, girl. Pride is a lizard that dances on the hot roof. It doesn't know the roof is about to collapse. Mama Bolaji slapped Bolaji across the face for the first time in her life. You foolish girl. Do you know what you have done to us? Bolaji held her burning cheek, tears streaming down her face, but her jaw remained set. I will marry someone better, Mama. You will see. My beauty will bring us something greater. Word spread through the village about Bolaji's rejection of Chief Adebayo's son. Some admired her boldness. Most called her a fool. But something strange happened. Where once young men had circled her at the market like bees around honey, now they kept their distance. Mothers who had once smiled at her now whispered behind their hands. The chief's family was powerful, and no one wanted to offend them by courting the girl who had insulted them. Months passed. Bolaji's 23rd birthday came and went, then her 24th. One evening, a man named Femi arrived at their compound. He was a driver for a senator in Lagos, and he came in borrowed finery, promising Bolaji a life in the city. I will make you my wife, he said, his smile too wide, his eyes roaming over her figure like hands. We will live in Lagos. You will see skyscrapers and eat at restaurants. Bolaji felt something twist in her stomach, but she ignored it. This was better than a mechanic, wasn't it? But Mama Bolaji, who had learned to see what her daughter could not, asked the important questions. Where exactly do you live in Lagos? What is your full name? Let me send word to our relatives there to ask about your family. Femi's smile faded. Mama, why all these questions? Don't you trust me? No, Mama Bolaji said simply. I don't. He left and never returned. Later, they learned he already had two wives and a habit of abandoning them once he had taken their money. Bolaji should have been grateful for her mother's wisdom. Instead, she was angry. You are chasing away my suitors, Mama. You want me to remain here, poor and unmarried. I am saving you from wolves in men's clothing, her mother replied tiredly. But you, in your pride, cannot see the difference between a wolf and a shepherd. By her 18th birthday, Bolaji's situation had changed dramatically. Her beauty remained, but now there was a hardness around her eyes, a tightness to her smile. The younger girls in the village were getting married while she waited for the perfect man who never came. Her mother's leg grew worse. The herbal treatment stopped working, and they couldn't afford the hospital. Her younger brother, Kunle, dropped out of school because there was no money for fees. Her sister, Folake, began helping in the market full time, her dreams of education dying quietly. One afternoon, Bolaji went to the stream to fetch water. There, she saw a sight that made her bucket slip from her hands. Tunde, the mechanic she had rejected, was standing beside a brand new Range Rover. Beside him was a woman, elegant and educated looking, wearing a white wedding dress. They were taking photographs, and the woman's laughter rang out like bells across the water. That is Tunde's new wife, said an old woman, filling her pot nearby. An accountant from Ibadan, very educated,